Hey guys, hope you're having a good week so far, and you have a great Connect group. And we've been looking at the series on the Beatitudes, and it was my turn on Sunday, and I spoke about salt and light, and I spoke about the narrow door, and I was just looking at basically Jesus teaching his disciples. That's the most important thing. First of all, this is aimed at us. You know, this isn't for those not yet in church. And he's saying, listen, I've called you to be people that change culture, people that influence culture to such a degree that you're not just called basically to kind of like live this inward kind of separated life from the world, but we're called to change the world. And so we looked at the fact that the kingdom of heaven, Jesus' kingdom, king's domain, the domain of Jesus is very different from the domain of the world. In fact, in many ways, some of the values are the exact opposite. And we looked at how, for example, in the world, a lot of importance is placed on self-confidence, self-preservation, self this, self that. But actually, in Jesus' domain, it's about other people, you know, love others, love your neighbour as yourself. And so Jesus wanted to flip the value system right on its head, like 180 degrees. And so he said, listen, I've called you guys to be people that change culture. Like salt. Salt has a few purposes. It preserves, it halts decay. And so we looked at the church's role and Christians' role, be it together, our collective kind of like calling, or individually in your workplaces, wherever, is we literally kind of like halt decay. Like there's a stench of death around sin and around the kingdom of darkness. And by the way, you're in one kingdom, darkness, or the kingdom of Jesus, whether you know it or like it or not. And so there's so much death and decay, but Christians, the church, we bring light, we bring life, we bring preservation, and we halt decay, we halt death. So that's what we do by our very words and our actions and our preaching the gospel and our showing the love of Jesus and having a different way about us, a different kind of culture about us. We sound different, and we should look different in terms of our outlook on life. We should always be full of faith and just full of praise for God, you know. And so we halt decay. Secondly, add a bit of flavour, you know. If things are a bit bland, if things are a bit tasteless, or things aren't working out for you at work or wherever, if things are negative and, you know, there's a lot of fault finding and grumbling going on, we bring a different flavour. We bring enthusiasm and encouragement. Enthusiasm means in God, by the way. We bring encouragement and peace, and we bring, you know, all the kind of like words of Jesus. We bring Christ into the situation. Secondly, we looked at light. A city on a hill cannot be hidden. And I believe Riverside, we're called to be a city on a hill. Riverside Exmouth, Riverside Exeter, God has placed us strategically that will shine bright, and will shine bright with the glory of Jesus, the reflective glory of Jesus. The Bible says the light kind of like is the knowledge of the God seen in the face of Jesus. And so we want to bring Jesus basically to our communities, to Exeter, to Exmouth, to Devon, to the whole world. And so that's what it means by being light, not hiding it, but taking our mission seriously. We're here to make disciples. We're here to change the world. And finally, we looked at the narrow door. You know, there's a cost to being a disciple. And, you know, we live in a very consumer culture, a society where it's all about what you can get out of life. And we have a lot of consumer Christians nowadays as well, but we want to be the exact opposite. We want to be radical disciples for Jesus, willing to count the cost, carry the cross, make our lives count, even our deaths count if need be. In some countries of the world, that's going on. But right now, we're just saying, Jesus, my life is yours. Send me, use me as light and use me as salt in this culture, in this community, in this world. Have a great night. Pray together, encourage each other, praise Jesus together, and I'll see you on Sunday. God bless you.